Hello there guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to another episode of Premier League predictions match oh, excuse me. Yeah, another Premier League predictions, and this time is match day 2. Now I'm supposed to do it yesterday, but I was too busy, so I'm thinking to myself, let me do the predictions before the game starts, which is of course Liverpool against Burnley. Now, as I'm recording this right now, Liverpool are leading 1-0, and I'll get to the my predictions in a few minutes. But I can see some people, not a lot of people, watched my predictions last week. So hopefully, when I've uploaded this video, many people will watch it and yeah, just enjoyed my new series called Premier League Predictions and reviewing them. And as always, every Friday before the match day starts, I'll be doing my predictions before the games, and then on every Tuesday, I'll reviewing them and see how many points I got out of 30. So yes, I'm supposed to do it yesterday, but I couldn't. So that's why I'm going to do it today. So without further ado, here we go. So the first game of the match day 2 is going to be Burnley versus Liverpool. Now Liverpool are leading 1-0 at the moment as I'm recording this, but I'm going to go for Liverpool 3 and Burnley nil. Even though I do think that Burnley does well at Anfield and they beat them last season, I don't see I don't see Liverpool falling this time. The way they beat Norwich was absolutely brilliant. So I'm thinking that this game they're gonna beat Burnley as well 3-0 because they've got Jota, they've got Salah, they've got Mane, they've got all these types of players who has been scoring. So that's why I'm going to go for Liverpool 3-0. If Burnley do beat them or at least get a draw, then I'll be disappointed. But for this game, I'm going to go for Liverpool 3-0. Um, so that I can get at least 3 points because last week I only got 1 point but no 3 points. So yeah, unfortunately, hopefully I'll get 3 points for at least a couple of games this week. So now the next game, of course, is Newcastle versus Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa didn't do well as I expected them last week to beat Watford, but for this game, unfortunately, I think they're gonna lose because Newcastle, they started really well against West Ham last week. They were 2-1 up, but then they allowed West Ham to beat them 4-2. This game, I think Newcastle will beat them because they got Callum Wilson, who's wearing the number 9 shirt and scored last week. They've got San and Maximan, who's been really doing well. All these type of players. Whereas for Aston Villa, if they didn't sell Jack Grealish, then maybe I would have predicted a Aston Villa win. But for this game, I'm gonna go for 2-0 Newcastle. I think they're gonna win this game after having a poor start against West Ham. Whereas for Aston Villa, even though they still got Martinez, they still got Buendia, they still got John McGinn. If they didn't sell Jack Grealish, they wouldn't. None of this would have happened. Maybe they would have beat Watford in an opening game and perhaps Newcastle. But unfortunately, Newcastle are gonna win. So Aston Villa fans, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest. Newcastle are gonna beat you. So yeah, unfortunately. So the next game is Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Now, now, of course, Crystal Palace didn't have a great start against Chelsea, of course, who we beat them 3-0. So yeah, very happy for that one. Whereas for Brentford, the way they started really well against Arsenal, I bet they will do the same thing against Crystal Palace. I think Thomas Frank will use that same formation, like Thomas Tuchel, like three at the back, maybe five midfield and two up top with the likes of Ivan Toney as well. So I think for this game, I'm going to go for 3-0 Brentford because I know that they want to really go for the Premier League next season. If they keep on doing this, getting wins, a few draws and a few losses, then I believe that another West London team is going to be in the Premier League next season. And I want that to happen. I don't want Brentford to get relegated whatsoever. I never want that to happen because it's been 76 years since they last been in the league against against Chelsea and all this stuff. So I really want Brentford to really be in the Premier League next season, and I know they can do it because of Ivan Toney and Thomas Frank, and all of the players as well. But it's mostly them two that the Brentford fans rely on. So for this game, Brentford 3, Crystal Palace nil. If Crystal Palace do beat them, you know, then well done to them. But for this game, I don't think they can do it because Chelsea, they dominated against Crystal Palace last Saturday. This game, I know that Brentford will dominate Crystal Palace. So unfortunately, I'm going to go for Brentford to win. Now, the next game, of course, is Leeds United versus Everton. Now, Leeds United didn't have a great start against Manchester United to beat them 5-1, whereas for Everton, great start. They've got Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin who scored when they beat Southampton 3-1. For this game, I'm going to go for an Everton win of 2-0 because Leeds United, even though they've got Patrick Bamford who's been doing well last season for Leeds United, unfortunately Everton still got Jordan Pickford who's been making big saves. They got Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm not sure what happened to James Rodriguez. I'm not sure what happened to him, but they still got players. And also they signed Andros Townsend from Crystal Palace during the transfer window this month. So yeah, I can see Everton beat them 3-0 or maybe even more than that. But I'm just going to go for the usual 2-0 to Leeds United. That's all I'm going to say for this one. The next game, of course, is the game that I just cannot usually say. Is of course Manchester City versus Norwich City. For this game, 5-0 City. No, there's nothing I can more say about that. Even though Norwich City did well to win the Championship and to be back in the Premier League, I don't think they're going to beat Man City because they've got a better score than Norwich City. Even though they've got Timo Pukki who's been scoring goals for Norwich City, they've still got Ton Cantwell, but the problem is they sold Buendia to Aston Villa, so that's going to be the main problem for Norwich City. If they could pull up a shock, then I'll be happy for Norwich City. But for this game, Man City, they're going to destroy Norwich City in football terms, like this, like thrash them 5-0 because even though I'm not a City fan, I know that when they face smaller clubs, they always destroy them. They always do that. So for this game, 5-0 Man City, no nothing more and nothing less. So yeah, there's no reason for Norwich City to beat them. So for this game, Man City will beat them 5-0. Definitely. Now, the next game, of course, is an interesting one. It's Brighton versus Watford. Now, of course, both these teams had a really great start to their season, especially Watford, who beat Aston Villa 3-2, which I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't expect Watford to beat not Aston Villa, but the way they did it, the tactics, Sarr doing really well, that player scoring an absolute banger, that was brilliant for them. And for this game today, I feel like I'm gonna go for 2-0 to Watford because Brighton, even though they beat Burnley 2-1, I think Watford are going to really, really want to keep their winning start. They don't want to be relegated like they did 2 seasons ago. So Watford will have a plan to make sure that they beat Brighton and they have a really great start to their back into the Premier League after being relegated 2 years ago. So yeah, for this game, I'm gonna back Watford to win. If Brighton do win again, then I'm terrible at predictions. I'm terrible. But I'm just saying it, because the performances, the tactics, everything. So that's why for this game, I'm gonna go for a Watford win of 2-0 against Brighton. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But we'll wait and see. Now, Super Sunday starts off with Manchester United, excuse me, against Southampton. This game, Manchester United are going to beat Southampton 3-1. Even though they've got Adam Armstrong who scored against Everton, I believe he can score against Manchester United. just once, yeah. But Manchester United, look at them. They've got Bruno Fernandes, who had a hat-trick last week. Paul Pogba, 4 assists. You know, Rashford. They've got these players. Now I'm not sure if Ole's going to start Jadon Sancho and Varane, but if he does, then that means there are going to be more goals. But for this game, I'm going to go for the usual 3-1 because that's what happened last season when they beat them 3-1. So for this game, Man United are going to win. If Southampton win with Manchester United best players, then that would be a shock. That would definitely be a shock. But there's no way on earth that Southampton are going to beat them. There's no way. So for this game, 3-1 Manchester United, definitely. The goal scorers are going to be Bruno Fernandes, maybe Edison Cavani, and probably Jadon Sancho if he starts. If he starts Jadon Sancho, then I believe he can score and get maybe a couple of assists as well, just like Paul Pogba did last week. So yes, so for this game, Southampton 1, Manchester United 3 is my prediction. Now we move on into another interesting game. Wolves against Tottenham. Nuno is going back to his old place at Molineux. Now this game, Wolves had so many chances to beat Leicester City last week with the formation that they did. But unfortunately, they didn't do it, and that's why Leicester beat them just 1-0. Just 1-0. So for this game, my my mind is telling me a Tottenham win, but you know what? I'm gonna go for 1-1 because I think both these managers have great tactics. I think Nuno's gonna still go for the 4-3-3, and then Wolves' manager is gonna use a 3-4-3 something like formation, just like Thomas Tuchel. Tottenham. I mean, last Thursday they were awful. No shots on target against a team that I cannot pronounce and a team that I've never seen in my life. The way they just lost that game, had no shots on target, they were dreadful. This game, I believe they have a shot on target, but Tottenham always bottle it when they face Wolves at Molineux. So that's why in this game on Super Sunday, I'm going to go for 1-1 between Wolves and Tottenham. I don't see any team winning this game, so that's why I'm going for a draw. Now we move on into a London derby. Arsenal against Chelsea. I am looking forward to this game. You know, as much as I say I'm confident, I'm not going to be too confident because if we remember last season, when we faced them at the Emirates, we were confident because they were in seventh. No, they were in 16th, and Chelsea were in, let's say, like maybe fourth or third. I cannot remember last season. We were in that position, and we all thought that Chelsea should beat them because Arsenal are in a relegation battle. But guess what? They beat us. They just beat us. They dominated. We had more possession, but they dominated us. The likes of Saka with that brilliant goal, Xhaka with that brilliant free kick, and also Lacazette as well. I blame on Lampard because he didn't start Callum Hudson-Odoi. He started Ben Chilwell and Reece James, which I don't understand. It's because of him that made Chelsea lose that game. You know, when we faced Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, we lost 1-0, but I was more disappointed in the fact that Chelsea had so many chances to beat them, but they couldn't. And it's our mistakes, Jorginho passed it to Kepa that made Smith Moe score that only goal of the game, you know. If we would have got those chances and put them in the back of the net, then I'll not be disappointed and I'll be happy that we beat them. But the fact we didn't do that at Stamford Bridge made Arsenal to do the double for Chelsea for the very first time in like so many years. So yeah, so that's why I'm so disappointed. But this game, do you know I'm confident in the game is because we got one striker, and that is Romelu Lukaku. He got the number 9 shirt during his training session on Wednesday, and he deserves it because in the Euros he's been brilliant. In Serie A he's been brilliant, the top scorer for Inter Milan. And if it weren't for him, Inter Milan would have won the would have been champions in Italy. They wouldn't. So because of Romelu Lukaku, that happened to Inter Milan. After so many years of waiting, they did it last season. So if Romelu Lukaku could do it for Inter Milan, I personally believe he can do it for Chelsea. Because defensively, we're brilliant, but going forward, we're awful. And especially the number 9, who's been not scoring, enough goals, like say not more than 20 goals, which has been absolutely poor. So I'm hoping that Lukaku can have the best start in his debut season against Arsenal and also do well in the Premier League. Because if he can at least score, let's say like 22 or maybe 23 goals, at least say like above 20 goals, then I believe Chelsea can beat title contenders. But if he does like Timo Werner, then we're in deep trouble, absolutely deep trouble. So I'm hoping that Lukaku will have a best start in his debut season against Arsenal. Now, for this game, I'm going to go for 2-0 Chelsea. I'm not going to go for like, say, 4-0 or 5-0, this and that, because I know we're going to get so many chances and we're going to batter Arsenal. But I'm going to go for the usual 2-0 Chelsea because Arsenal will get chances. I don't think they will score because they didn't score against Brentford. So that's why I'm hoping that we'll keep a clean sheet against Arsenal for a very long time because I can't remember the last time we got a clean sheet against Arsenal. I really cannot remember. It looks like the last time we did that in the league was when it was 0-0, when it ended the draw under Antonio Conte. That's the last time. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that we'll at least get a clean sheet and hopefully a win. And if we can do that, then I'll be happy. I'll be very, very happy. If we lose, Charity FC is back again. And the fourth time that Arsenal done it, and this will be the four in a row that Arsenal done it. It started in the FA Cup, then the Emirates, then at Stamford Bridge, and if we lose tomorrow, the fourth time, and that would be embarrassing. So I'm hoping that Chelsea will beat Arsenal at the Emirates just like they did in pre-season when we beat them 2-1. So that's what I'm hoping for. Now, other than a Chelsea win and also a clean sheet, that's what I'm hoping for. And last and not least, it's time to predict the big game as well. West Ham United against Leicester City. Now, West Ham United were absolutely dominating Newcastle, especially in the second half, after going 2-1 down. But yet again, if it wasn't for that penalty, when it went to 2-2, then my prediction would have been right. I would have got the 3 points. But West Ham, they beat Newcastle 4-2, dominated them in the second half. And I think here that even though Leicester City beat Wolves, Leicester was so lucky to beat them because Wolves have so many chances. The likes of Adama Traore, all these players. So that's why. Leicester was so lucky to beat Wolves last week. So for this game, I'm going to go 4-3-2, just like last season, because I know there's going to be lots of goals. Leicester City tried their best to make it a draw, but unfortunately, West Ham just handled them in the last couple of minutes defensively well. So as I predict, there's going to be lots of goals for the Newcastle versus West Ham game. I know there's going to be lots of goals. I think Mikel Antonio will at least score maybe once or twice for West Ham, and I know Jamie Vardy and Ian Nacho will score for Leicester City. But for this game, West Ham United are definitely going to beat Leicester City. If Leicester win, then fair play to them. But for this game, I don't see West Ham lose, especially what they did against Newcastle last week. So yes. So my prediction is West Ham 3, Leicester City 2. And that's it. That is all of my predictions. Now just in case if you missed any of them, let me run through my predictions for the match day 2, which is this week. So my predictions are Liverpool 3, Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1, Newcastle United 2, Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 3. Leeds United 0, Everton 2, Manchester City 5, Norwich City 0, Brighton 0, Watford 2, Southampton 1, Manchester United 3, Wolves 1, Tottenham 1, Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2, and West Ham United 3, Leicester City 2. If you want to write down these predictions, make sure you take a picture of it and write it down, and let me know in the comments down below how many points I've got so that I can use that when I review them on Tuesday. Let me guys know how many points I got out of 30 so that I can able to tell if this week I've improved last week, because like I said last week, I want to make sure that I beat 8 points. So at least I'm hoping that I at least get 3 points for one or maybe two games so that I will know I've improved. I've improved on last week predictions. So yeah. So those are my predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget on Tuesday I'll be reviewing my Premier League predictions as usual. So make sure you join me on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be going for the doing the live watch along for the Chelsea versus Arsenal game because my family and I are going out somewhere to celebrate and to maybe go to church. I don't know where we're going, but I'm gonna miss out this the Chelsea versus Arsenal game. But I'll be doing a little review during my reviewing my predictions on Tuesday. I'll be doing a little review at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. So yes, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're new. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss any of my content. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday for a Premier League predictions review on match day 2. And hopefully I get more points than I did last week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. And peace.